In today's video, we're going to be looking at 10 of the most scariest videos caught inside an airplane. Let's get right into it. Number 10. Engine failure. When a small plane's propeller suddenly stopped, an emergency landing became unavoidable. The man recording the incident announces that they're experiencing engine failure and that they quickly need to find a place to land. His calm demeanor contrasts sharply with the dire situation as the propeller halts in mid-air. The sky is overcast and a strong wind buffets the plane. "Look for a flat area where rescue teams can reach us," he says, placing the responsibility on his shoulders. "Your experience is crucial now," he said. They spot a patch of land near water and prepare for an emergency landing. Once more, he emphasizes their dependence on the pilots. The plane descends rapidly, hitting the ground with a jolt. They crash into a rock, but both men survive. Upon landing, the man recording expresses his gratitude to the pilot for saving their lives. The pilot quickly notes that he had previously warned someone that the plane wasn't safe to fly. Number 9. Plane cracks mid-flight. In 2014, an American Airlines flight flying from San Francisco to Dallas experienced something terrifying. The plane's body cracked mid-flight. Interior panels started coming off the walls, worrying the passengers on board. Initially, the captain contemplated continuing to Dallas due to stable cabin pressure. However, as the plane began to violently shake, an emergency landing was deemed necessary. Passengers captured the frightening incident on video, sharing it wildly on social media and news platforms. Passenger James Wilson recalled the onset of the disturbance shortly after takeoff, hearing popping noises and feeling the fuselage shake. The situation worsened as insulation became exposed and cabin pressure dropped. An American Airlines spokesperson attributed the problem to a blown air duct and pledged a thorough investigation. Wilson vividly described the chaos. "The disruption extended throughout row 14. We heard loud jarring noises, reminiscent of bowling balls tumbling from the overhead bins." Number 8. Hoax threat. In the world of mass transportation, bomb threats are a top concern. In 2014, when a 25-year-old man allegedly made a bomb threat on a Sunwing flight from Toronto to Panama, authorities took immediate action. Dramatic footage captured heavily armed police storming the flight. The suspect's father revealed his son struggled with severe mental health issues, including anorexia, bulimia, and depression, emphasizing the lack of support he received. Allegedly, the man expressed a desire to bomb Canada after a confrontation about the high price of cigarettes. The pilot swiftly diverted the plane back to Toronto, escorted by U.S. fighter jets as a precaution. Upon landing, police boarded the flight, using forceful tactics that left passengers like Lorena Karim feeling frightened and trapped. Critics condemned the aggressive police response, calling it extremely alarming. The suspect, Ali Shahi, faced multiple charges, including uttering threats and endangering aircraft safety. Unfortunately, the flight's troubles didn't end there. It was diverted once again to Montego Bay, Jamaica, due to a medical emergency. A horrible flight journey for those on board, marred by a series of distressing events. Number 7. Pilot meltdown. You might expect occasional disruptions from passengers and flight attendants, but a pilot meltdown must be terrifying to experience. In 2012, passengers on a JetBlue flight from New York to Las Vegas experienced exactly that when a 49-year-old pilot named Osborne had a crazy meltdown mid-flight. Emerging from the bathroom, Osborne began urging passengers to say your prayers, and made alarming claims about the plane going down. He rambled incoherently about various topics, including 9/11, the Iraq War, and Jesus, creating a terrifying atmosphere in the cockpit.
Our food is done! Oh, we got Israel, we got Iraq! We got Israel, we got Iraq!
The co-pilot, alarmed by Osborne's behavior, sought assistance from another JetBlue pilot on board and changed the security codes to prevent Osborne from re-entering the cockpit. Osborne's erratic behavior continued as he disrupted passengers and flight attendants, attempting to regain access to the cockpit. Ground assistance was called for, and Osborne was eventually subdued by passengers, including a retired NYPD sergeant. Osborne was taken to the hospital and charged with interfering with a flight crew. The pilot also faced a possible 20-year prison sentence. It must have been a terrifying flight experience for the passengers. Number 6. Scary turbulence mid-flight. As American Airlines Flight 280 embarked from Seoul in South Korea en route to Dallas, the 240 passengers settled in for what they assumed would be an uneventful journey. Little did they know they were about to experience the most terrifying flight of their lives. Mid-flight, the aircraft suddenly encountered severe turbulence, causing chaos and fear to ripple through the cabin. Passengers clung to their seats as the plane jolted and shook violently. Some passengers managed to capture the frightening ordeal on camera, documenting the turbulence that would later be described as insane by Mark Stanley, a Dallas attorney who was on board. The turbulence persisted for over 45 harrowing minutes, leaving many traumatized. In response to the turbulence, the flight crew made the decision to divert the aircraft to Tokyo for safety reasons. Upon landing, it was revealed that the 15 passengers had sustained injuries, with 5 requiring urgent medical attention. Number 5. Pray. When AirAsia flight D7237 experienced an engine failure, Captain Ibrahim asked the passengers on board to start praying. The A330, missing a blade, vibrated intensely as it flew over Western Australia. AirAsia's CEO Tony Fernandez praised the pilot's composure, stating the captain's announcements helped maintain calm. He suggested that the criticism was partly because AirAsia is a budget airline which often faces greater scrutiny. The focus of the backlash was more on the pilot's prayer request than the engine malfunction itself. Critics argued that expressing fear to passengers was not the best approach. One online critic remarked, "The captain should take a course on calming passengers. Asking them to pray is not ideal." Despite the negative feedback, Fernandez defended the pilot, emphasizing the importance of keeping passengers calm during emergencies. He reiterated that the passenger and crew safety is the top priority, no matter what the methods used.
And asking them twice to pray.
Listen to their briefing. Our survival depends on your cooperating.
Number 4. Crazy passengers. Dealing with destructive behavior on a flight is unnerving, whether it's from some crazy passengers or troublesome flight attendants. During Delta Flight 2565 from Minneapolis to Los Angeles, chaos erupted when passengers Blake and Anna caused a disturbance. Shortly after departure, Anna's attempt to use the bathroom against regulations sparked a heated confrontation with a flight attendant. Blake joined in, exacerbating the situation despite efforts from fellow passengers to defuse it. It was all captured on video by some of the passengers on board. With tensions escalating, the flight crew made the tough decision to divert the aircraft back to Minneapolis. Upon landing, law enforcement intervened, escorting Blake and Anna off the plane to the relief of other travelers. The couple faced charges of disorderly conduct. Delta Airlines explained that the diversion was necessary due to the passengers' refusal to comply with crew instructions, aggressive behavior, and disruption of the cabin's environment.
Hey, you're famous.
Why? For what?
Number 3. A landing almost went wrong. In 2008, this dramatic landing of a plane unfolded in Hamburg, Germany, captured on video. This prompted a thorough investigation by the Federal Bureau. The report, released in 2010, shed light on the incident. With 132 passengers on board, an Airbus A320 attempted to land in a stormy weather with strong winds. However, upon touchdown, the wind pushed the aircraft off course, causing a wing to scrape the runway. This forced the pilot to abort the landing and ascend again. While the storm initially seemed to be the primary factor, the investigation revealed deeper issues with the aircraft. Standard Airbus documentation lacked guidance on handling such conditions, leaving pilots unprepared. Additionally, the Airbus computer switched to ground mode during descent, limiting pilot control. The pilot struggled to counter the crosswind, leading to the wingtip hitting the runway. Only by ascending could the pilot regain full control. The A320's flight manual was criticized for being unclear, with conflicting information on crosswind procedures. Interviews with 80 pilots revealed varying interpretations of the instructions. As a result, the agency advised Lufthansa and Airbus to revise the documentation and enhance flight computers for improved safety protocols. This incident underscored the need for clearer protocols and better preparation in adverse conditions. Number 2. Panels missing on airplane. Imagine this: the pilot's voice crackles over the intercom, apologizing for a complete mess. Looking out your window, you spot a crane drying the wings of your plane, the very one you're supposed to board for takeoff. The reason for the delay? Mechanical problems, the pilot explains. Missing panels on the plane's body.
This delay was due to the airplane's mechanical problems. They had some panels loose and missing on our airplane outside.
Yes, just moments ago your aircraft wasn't fully assembled. To fix it, they lacked the necessary tools and panels, requiring approval from the manufacturers of substitutes. And if that wasn't enough, passengers were then shuffled to another airplane, only to find out it had issues with its landing gear, leading to an even longer wait. The pilot, in a lengthy explanation, details the situation, leaving passengers puzzled. It's assumed the flight made it to its destination safely, as a passenger managed to upload the video to YouTube. Unfortunately, the video cuts off before revealing which plane they ultimately decided to use. Number 1. Threats from a flight attendant. Service jobs, particularly those in the air, come with unique challenges. However, what unfolded on an American Airlines flight surpassed the usual turbulence, prompting 3 passengers to urgently dial 911. The ordeal began with a flight attendant experiencing a visible mental health crisis, making alarming threats over the intercom. She mentioned that this hasn't happened to her since 9/11 and that she was trained by the FYAA.
This has not happened to me since 9/11 and I'm not putting up with this! Somebody call 911, security system, I'm about to kill passengers before takeoff!
Disturbed passengers, fearing for their safety, wasted no time in contacting emergency services as Flight 2332 remained grounded at Dallas. Thankfully, quick-thinking passengers stepped in, managing to detain the flight attendant until authorities could intervene. As tensions mounted, the flight was swiftly guided back to the gate, and law enforcement removed the attendant from the plane. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe for weekly top 10 videos. Also, let me know in the comments which one of these plane videos you found the scariest. And also make sure to check out these videos right here for more top 10 videos.